Hello and welcome back to Christine's Mom Picks. I am Christine and today I am going over a cart that I could not live without, and that is the postpartum cart. Basically, what I did is I created a postpartum cart, what I put right next to the toilet after I had my vaginal delivery. And I really liked it because it had all the things that I was using for the first, I want to say, couple weeks postpartum while I was recovering. And it was really nice just because then I didn't have to get up and have additional movements because it hurts. You are in so much pain those first few weeks as while you try to recover, and it's just really nice keeping everything in one area. So I kind of want to just go over how to stock your cart because you don't need a ton of stuff, but everything that you put on there is so important, especially especially for a first time mom, you don't know exactly what you need because you haven't gone through this. So that's why I want to kind of help and show you just the things that I would pack. There are other things that I will mention that I had on my cart but ended up not using. So I'm just going to go over the ones that are absolute must and then talk about the ones that are definitely skip it. So first and foremost, the most important thing, well, there's so many important things. I feel like these are all my Christine mom pick of the day, just because I would absolutely use every single item again, starting with these Rail Organic period underwear. I chose to do period underwear versus using pads every day just because I didn't want to kind of ruin any underwear that I was currently wearing. Plus, I was at a size when I was pregnant that I wasn't normally because your body stretches. So I didn't want to buy additional underwear for a size that I wasn't going to fit into. So I really liked having these because it made sure that I wasn't ruining anything that I currently owned. I thought it was great ingredients of the product. Plus, they're comfortable. I know the ones that the hospital give you are so bulky, but these are also a little on the bulkier side. But I used these until I was able to switch to panty liners. I know you could just use pads instead, and that is actually something that I was going to say skip. I bought these and I also bought a ton of pads, and the pads I bought were the same brand, but they were the extra long ones. I don't know why I bought extra long. They were way too long. They went from my belly button to the middle of my back. They were insanely long. Never wore a single pair. So I would definitely say skip those and just kind of go with these because they're pretty comfortable and they definitely absorb everything that you need to, and they're pretty affordable. So these ones I just got off Amazon. You can also get them at a lot of your local drugstores. I think I've seen them at Target, Amazon, and Rite Aid. So definitely check those out. But this for me is the first layer that I would put on. Starting with the second layer that I would do. To me, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've heard of these, but they are called Freedom Mom Instant Ice Maxi Pad. I kid you not, I had my husband, because I was pretty much bedridden, I had him go to all the grocery stores and the different drugstores in our area, literally in a 20-mile radius, and he cleared out all the stores of these because they would only carry 1 or 2 boxes at a time, and these things only last, I want to say, for 30 minutes. But can I tell you, these are the best 30 minutes of your recovery. Basically, you can snap them, and they kind of, when a glow stick, you snap it and then it lights up. This one, you snap it and it instant ice. And you would take your underwear, you'd place this in the underwear, and then I will show you the other stuff you put on top of it. But when you pull them up, the instant relief you get from the coolness of this ice, I call it a pad school, is phenomenal. So to me, I will absolutely be using this for all future pregnancies that I have because of the relief that it brought me. So like I said, start with this, lay this in. What you can do is you can take the pad out of the packaging, and then you could do just a few drops of witch hazel and then kind of lather some aloe vera on it, basically creating a very healing, also refreshing and kind of cool sensation for your traumatic area, pretty much. But basically this combination really does help improve healing in a more natural way. I do know that Freedom Mom has pad liners that you can do. They're witch hazel pad liners. I got them part of my postpartum and use them. I personally liked creating my own better. I would just do that in advance. I would take it off, put it in the freezer just for the day or two, just so that I would have enough to really be extra cold. And when you crack it. It just felt phenomenal. So that is something that I would do. But again, they do have the pad liners you can get from Target as well online that just are the same thing, like Witch Hazel, and it does like help have that relief as well as like help speed up your recovery. Another item you can get, there's one of two options. You can go low tox, high tox. Basically what this is the Earth Mama perineal spray. And basically you spray this directly on your vagina, like your broken area, or you could do the dermaplast. Both of them are offering just like healing properties to help heal, kind of bring relief to it. I actually, for as low tox as I wanted to go, I preferred this personally. I did like this one as well, but I think I'll probably go with this one more just because it had that, I don't know if it's because of the can, but it was so cold. If you can't tell, I really liked the coldness. It's just like putting an ice pack on a wound. It just makes it feel so much better. And this does help with like any itching or if you have any burning. I had all of the above. So, and it says for pain, definitely had that. So this is really, really great to have. I would consider this a must have. Or if you did want to stick with a non-toxic, this is a must have as well. Just one of the two, if I were you, is something you want to absolutely have in your postpartum cart, just because it does really help like with the pain relief. And that's pretty much it, what I put on my cart. Let me show you kind of like the cart I'm talking about. So it looks like this, very thin so that it can go underneath your toilet paper roll next to your toilet. It's just kind of really compact. And basically I would just fill it with a bunch of underwear on one shelf, fill it with a bunch of padsicles, these guys on another shelf. And then on the top, just put these along with one of these two items, or if you want both. I just wanted to keep it simple. I thought those were great to have. Honestly, the entire time I was recovering, but eventually once I did get more of the healed process and I didn't feel like I needed all the whole works, I did transition to a panty liner instead. I did continue using the dermaplast for a while just because I did have some leftover itchy at the end. So I thought this was really nice to keep on your cart. Something that I also not pictured here that I would recommend if you did get a hemorrhoid through delivering, just like from all that pushing and pressure, there's a brand called Mother Love. They have a great hemorrhoid cream that's all natural that I would recommend. I also kept that in my cart. Didn't start applying it until I would say weeks 3 or 4 when I was more healed down there. I didn't want to touch anything well, it was all really fresh. So I waited till I knew I was like in a better situation, and it could be a different week for you. I think it just kind of all depends on like kind of the tearing and experience that you had. But I would definitely purchase some of the Mother Love hemorrhoid cream as well. So items I would skip the pads if you did choose the diapers. I kind of do either one or the other. Again, I felt like the diapers or the underwear just was like nice because it's just like all one thing. You can just get, once it's dirtied, you just throw it away versus like having your other underwear. But if you did want to just wear your own underwear because it's more comfortable for you, I would not get the extra long pads. I definitely don't think that is necessary. I would get more of just like a normal size pad, and just you're changing it so frequently. I try to change it every time I use the restroom. So you don't really need it. And like at night, you're feeding so frequently if you like, because their baby needs to feed every 2 to 3 hours, so it's not like you're like sitting in the same pad all night either, so you have that ability to change it quite often. But those are the things that I would definitely say. Again, minimalist, keep it light. You don't need any more than this personally, especially the cart is pretty small, so I would just having those all stocked before the baby comes, so when you get home you don't have to worry about it. But then having a replenishment in like a nearby linen closet is great. You definitely want to stock up on this. I would say a couple packages of this is really good to start with. You can always order more, but just to start with, because this one does come with only 10, and I don't know how often you're going to change it throughout the day, or if you are just using one for the day, you'll probably want to change it more frequently than that. These, I got several boxes at a time because this only I think I went through a box a day, honestly, just because they don't last that long. But I wanted to feel as little pain as possible, and I loved the relief. So I'd go through a box a day, honestly. So I would keep that well stocked. And then once I got to the panty liners, I feel like the panty liner boxes come with so many. You only really need one box to start. This, I think I went through a can and a half. So I think they come in a 2-pack. So I don't really believe you need more than that. I would assume that it's probably similar for this. You probably need 1 or 2 of these, at least just to start. That way, if you do run out, you don't have to like wait for the next one, because nothing worse when you run out of something and you're in pain and you're like, okay, how much faster? You're tracking that order like a clock. You just need it. So I think just 1 or 2 of those is great. This bottle is massive. You could keep it in the fridge. You could just keep it on your counter. You only need 1 of these. Honestly, I don't even think you're going to go through the whole bottle, but who knows? Maybe you will. And then last, I think you just need 1 of the witch hazel. All right. Well, I hope this is super helpful. Good luck during your recovery. It gets better. I know. I feel like when you're going through it, you're like, is this ever going to end? Will I ever walk normal again? You will walk normal again. You'll be able to do all the things you love again. It's just a matter of time. But it's all worth it. You get your beautiful baby in the end. So let me know if there's anything else in the comments that you use that you absolutely loved, or if there's maybe items like you had a different layering system for your Padsicle, where you didn't wear just like the diaper, then the pad, and then all the toppings. So let me know what you did and what you loved. I'd love to hear about it. So hit subscribe and then hit the notifications, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.